In October 2015, IDC Asia Pacific announced the most outstanding smart city initiatives in Asia Pacific excluding Japan, or APEJ, in 14 Smart City Functional E-Services, following the launch of the Asia Pacific Smart City Development Index competition. Now, prior to this announcement, IDC Government Insights went through a rigorous three-phased benchmarking exercise to determine the top Smart City Initiative winners for 2015. These included identifying and cataloging the key smart city projects in the Asia Pacific by IDC analysts across the APEJ, an online voting initiative to determine public opinion, and the final assessment of an international advisory council. The entire process started in July 2015 with key APEJ analysts who commenced retrieving information on smart city initiatives within their geopolitical jurisdictions, classifying them, and eventually putting the projects through the benchmark index. In August, a comprehensive public survey was conducted with 500 unique entries submitted from the APEJ region, focusing on the shortlisted cities competing in the 14 categories. This was followed by a voting session chaired by an international panel of senior IDC analysts from the United States and Europe, Middle East, and Africa regions. Interestingly, more than 50% of the Asia-Pacific population lives in the city. By 2050, the UN expects more than 70% of the 9 billion populations to reside in cities. With increased globalization and trans-city migration, we expect to see 29 megacities globally by 2025, with 5 of them located in China alone. Hence, city resources will continue to be constrained as they struggle to balance the need for enhanced growth and productivity. Themes such as long-term city survivability and relevance, as well as global sustainability in energy and greenhouse emissions, will become key focuses as the impact of climate change worsens. IDC defines a smart city as a finite entity with its own governing authority that is typically more local than the national level, and that it uses a specific set of technologies for urban transformations and achieves specific socio-economic goals. Key strategic outcomes for cities such as resilience and safety, sustainability, economic development, innovation, community and citizen engagements, as well as partnerships will become key focuses to drive lasting socio-economic growth. 3 main pillars of change are noted with digital transformation for Asia-Pacific smart cities. They are people and communities for social welfare and safety developments, driving and sustaining energy, connectivity, and critical infrastructure needs. And last but not least, enhance city government administration, planning and management for economic internationalization purposes. Now here's a snapshot of the Asia-Pacific smart city landscape. Overall, 80% of Asia-Pacific smart cities are in the first stage of maturity. Only 10 to 15% of them are in the second stage of intentional collaborative operations. 3 to 5% of them have developed more targeted and aligned service operations, and less than 1% of Asia-Pacific smart cities have achieved operationalized and streamlined all-of-government services. 3 main pillars of benchmarking constitute this index. They are the foresight and vision of smart city strategic goals, the enabling smart city e-services and applications, and the underlying transformative technologies. The index is benchmarked across 14 smart city functional categories. They are transportation, public works, smart buildings, smart grid, smart water, administration, economic development, land use and environmental management, permitting, licensing, inspection and zoning, public safety, education, tourism, arts, libraries, culture, open spaces, connected health, and social services. Now, we at IDC want to hear from you. There are two ways for you to participate in the search for Asia's smartest cities. Unlike last year, we are now calling for the public submission of smart city projects to be nominated for this initiative. This means you can reach out to us regarding remarkable smart city projects you truly believe in. You may or may not be a resident of the city you are nominating. All you need to do is send in your nominations to idcap_smartcity@idc.com. And following the solicitation and screening phases, IDC will then launch a region-wide public vote in May 2016 so as to shortlist the winning smart city projects. So please do stay tuned for updates on this from IDC. Thank you for your time. Now please do feel free to connect with me, Gerald Wang, at my supplied details as seen on the slide, or follow IDC Asia Pacific on Twitter and LinkedIn.